I think I'm right in saying I'm in the Forest of Dean district today. This is part of my 4-day, 5-day getaway from work. I'm en route to Shropshire, where we're camping for 4 nights. And behind me you can see the woods on the hills where I started my walk at Plump Hill. A bit of trouble getting my way this far because the way marking is a bit non-existent and one of the gates was locked. I'm heading towards the next hill, currently following the Gloucestershire Way. And the main reason for doing this walk, which I penned probably 2 years ago on OS Maps, is to get to Mayhem. And Mayhem you can probably just see somewhere, I'm not too sure where I'm pointing, but somewhere over there. When I was doing the Severn Way 3 years ago, I could see it on most of the walks I was doing. It's quite, I thought one day I've got to go there and see it for myself. So today is that day. I'm doing a roughly 12-mile walk before I go and pitch up later on. My first time camping since, what, September? It's been a long time. I do need this break, but to be honest with you, I've not been feeling it this past week. I could have easily today just stayed in bed and stayed home for 5 days. But here I am, and even starting this walk now, getting a few hills done, I feel a bit better. I've now left the Gloucestershire Way. Mayhem remains up to my left. I'm just south of Longhope. I'll rejoin the way a bit further ahead. Some of the fields around here so far have been quite grassy and overgrown. I did see a sign someone put on one of the stiles saying, "Please cut your grass," which is quite funny. Meanwhile, I've become one of those pensioner-aged ramblers tucking their trousers into their socks. This is why I never wear shorts on a walk, or very rarely. Now walking through Blazonwood. It's about 1:15. I'm not even halfway on the route yet. I've made too many navigational errors so far. I found that several rights of way on the map don't exist on the ground, which is quite strange. Even using GPS to confirm this. I found hedges with no way to pass through. There's a path back there supposed to be there, but it doesn't exist. It's a bit frustrating, to be honest. I'm going to have to stop the food soon. I'm getting quite hungry. I'll try and get up to Mayhem when I can. I was hoping to be much closer than I am right now. So rejoin the Gloucestershire Way at this point. And the right of way goes across to that corner. And as you can see, the way has not been cleared. So I'm going to try and do the best that I can, following the vehicle tracks where they're available. It's fair to say I'm not enjoying this walk too much. I'm still waiting my lunch stop. It's nearly, well, it's 10 to 2 now. Getting quite tired of this, but still pressing on with the aim of getting to Mayhem today. And it may mean that I get to the campsite later on. Normally in a situation like this, I'll just plough on straight across the field, following the legal right of way, giving a big to the landowner. But today, I'm just far too tired for that. I've still got some distance to cover, unknown terrain, territory and all that. And this track's leading me straight on towards this corner of the field, and the right of way does go from that corner up to there, but to be honest it then goes across here, so By going this way, I'm actually taking a bit of a shortcut, which is no bad thing in these circumstances. And looking further ahead now, I believe the route takes me up through the plantation of Brightswood, and then beyond that one is Mayhem. I've also joined the Wysis, is it the Wysis Way or the Geopark Way? I know very little about either one of those two, but the Gloucestershire Way is about 50 miles long. I've met it previously on my Severn Way walks. That's about as much as I know, really. I've just turned back once more because I missed this sort of left turning here to rejoin the legal right of way. I've got to cross through this boundary, hopefully. It's now 2:15, time for a late lunch. It was nice and cool in those woods. I am feeling somewhat refreshed after having some food. Just all that's left now is Mayhem, which is beyond these trees. And far away to the right, I can see the northern edge of the Cotswold Hills and Breeden Hill. I spoke to a man back in those woods who, last time I was here, he suffered a heart attack climbing that hill. He's had 2 stents since. It's good to see him back out again. He's probably about 70, I'd say. Taking it very slowly up the hill. And one can certainly feel grateful for having the aspect of health and being able to breathe freely going up hills. Good luck to him. Very nearly there. I can imagine it gets busy here on a weekend, but here it is. That long sought after clump or tump of trees, and somewhere around here is a trig point as well. Well, there's a great view from up here all round, straight ahead to the River Severn, back towards where I live. And if you look carefully a bit beyond these trees, you'll see the Malvern Hills. Not too sure what this is though. It's got the Queen's initials on it, I think. There you go, 1887. I would have thought these trees are younger. This would have been ideal for lunch, but it's now about 3:30. I've got a good hour's walking, maybe some more, left to get back to my car, and then I'll drive up to Shropshire to get to my campsite. From the Forest of Dean across Monmouthshire, you've then got the Brecon Beacons on the horizon. I can just very faintly make out Sugarloaf. I think my camera can't quite pick it out. It's very, very faint. There's a part of me that wants to finish the walk and just go home again. Forget the camping, forget the weekend away, just have some days at home, not going to work. I know that would be a failure. Back in 2018, I went down to Dartmoor for a weekend. Didn't fancy wild camping for 2 nights, so I booked a campsite near Haytor. It was eco-friendly, blah blah blah. I paid online, it was all sorted. Went down to Dartmoor that morning, did a walk from Oakhampton. As soon as I left my car, I realised I left my camera behind, so that kind of affected my mood from the start. The walk itself was fine. Then I got to the campsite and I found that the gate was locked and it was chained shut. So I thought, what the hell's going on? This is the campsite. Drove up the road to Haytor and hang around for a bit. Just thought, well, what should I do? What's really going on here? Is it the campsite's fault for being too secure with the entry methods, or am I really not up for this? And the answer was, I wasn't up for it. So I ended up driving home that night, feeling a bit sorry for myself, but also quite glad I wasn't braving things like a compost toilet and doing another long walk the next day. I'd already paid for that one in advance, so I lost that money. It wasn't a huge amount though, I think it was about 20 quid. Today though, I've only paid a deposit, £4. I've still got to hand them £40 for the rest of my camping dues. I'm having those same thoughts again. Do I really want to go through with this? Should I just go home and just write it off? Normally when I plan these weekends away by myself, I've got a handful of walks I'm really keen to do. I mean, today I've been to Mayhem, which has been one I wanted to tick off for a long time. I'm glad I've now done that, although I've still got some miles to go to get back to the car. Tomorrow I'm planning to do a walk somewhere quite special I've not been before. I've got 2 walks from the campsite that I'm kind of not really fussed about. I'm trying to walk somewhere new each time I go out on this weekend. But yeah, I'm not really that excited about doing them. But the draw of doing the walk tomorrow, that's still quite strong. If I can just get to the campsite, pay, find out how it works, what's going on, get my tent set up, get everything ready, I think I'll be alright. Oh dear, not for the first time today. I spent 5 minutes walking the wrong way. I want to go west, not north. Into the thicket once more. Lovely wet grass. The right of way again follows. There's a vague line in the grass there, following those trees. Yeah, wet grass, up to my armpits. I'm too tired for this now. Oh, thank fuck for that. Yeah, this is in no way helpful. Yeah. The good news is the town ahead of me is Mitcheldean. I go through there shortly, down the road, and then after that I'm going to head into the woods and I should find my car. So I should be done now within the hour. time is now 6 o'clock. I finished my walk, got back at the car probably 15 minutes ago. I started this walk about 10:30 this morning, and I gave myself an estimate of 6 hours to do it in. I'm obviously now a good hour and a half behind. It'll take me now another hour and a half to get to the campsite in Shropshire. I'm going to go ahead and do that to see what it's like. Yeah, hopefully it'll go alright, but thanks for watching the video. If you do go to May Hill yourself, I'd recommend doing a shorter route, much closer to the hill itself, not doing what I did. That was quite bold and ambitious. Maybe I should retire from doing this sort of thing and just become one of those National Trust bimballoos who parks near the hilltop and then walks to it a very short distance. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you on my most anticipated walk tomorrow, wherever that may be.